Hey guys, Mr. Levinson again. I just wanted to talk to you about something that you have been reading about, and you may be wondering why you're looking at the recipe for chocolate chip cookies. And no, we're not going to be making chocolate chip cookies right now, but most of you know this. You've seen Toll House bag of chocolate chips, but basically these ingredients here are the ingredients for making chocolate chip cookies, the way that the Toll House cookie recipe was originally intended. All of these things put together and done in this way create chocolate chip cookies. So, what does this have to do with anything that we're doing in class? You all may be asking. Well, one of the things that came up in your reading was this idea here, the argument between Hamilton and Jefferson over loose construction or strict construction of the Constitution. And basically, what I've always thought of the Constitution as is a recipe for government. So, just like this recipe has all these different things and it says, this is how you do this, just because it all has that in there are going to be some people who say, hey, you know what? Instead of using all purpose flour, I'm going to be like Mr. Levinson's mom, who likes to use cake flour. Or there are going to be some people who say, well, wait a minute, this says 1 cup chopped nuts in it. I don't put nuts in my cookies because I'm allergic to nuts. There are going to be some people who want to go through this thing, the directions of how they make it, and they change it a little bit. So, what this idea is of government is that there are some people like Hamilton who believe, yeah, the Constitution says these different things about what we're supposed to do and what we can't do, but we can add stuff as we go. So if the Constitution says that we're supposed to control the finances of the country, well, that means that we should have a national bank. Well, there's nothing in the Constitution about having a national bank. But Hamilton says in order to figure out the Constitution, we're going to have to add things. Strict constructionists like Jefferson believed, listen, if we're going to be a country and we're going to have rules, we're going to follow the recipe exactly. And if we want to change anything, we need to change the Constitution first because there's nothing in the Constitution about having a national bank. And this leads to a huge disagreement between people about how much power the government really should have. This disagreement is still going on today, where there are some people who are saying that the government's too powerful and it does too much for or against the American citizen, where other people are saying the government's doing what it has to do in order to protect us or in order to give us what we need. This is one huge difference of opinion that's going to really create the first political parties. And those political parties originally are going to be named after the two men who are at the heart of it, Hamiltonians and Jeffersonians. Eventually, the Hamiltonians will be called the Federalists, and the Jeffersonians will be called the Anti Federalists. But eventually, it all comes back to the recipe for government and how we should be making our power or our cookies. Thanks for listening, and good luck with everything. And we'll be talking about this